Good morning, students. Welcome back to C++ class. In today's class, I'll explain you about strings. What are the strings? How to declare strings? And what are the string manipulation functions available in C++? This topic already we discussed in C programming, and in C++ also we have a same topic, same definitions you can write, but extra one more method is there to create a strings, declare a strings, initialize a strings, that we'll discuss today. Okay, now I'll give you the definition of a strings. Actually, what are the strings? In generally, we can say that string is a collection of characters. Example, you have a string HELLO. Hello is a string. Okay, in that how many characters you have? 5 characters. So we can say that string is a sequence of characters, collection of characters called as strings. Okay, so collection of characters called as string. Okay, so in C++, string is a variable. Like if you have an integer variable, int a equals to 10. Similarly, if you want to store a string inside a system, we need a variable. Okay, so that is why a string is a variable, contains a collection of characters. Okay, string is also it is like a variable only, but here instead of a integer, float, char, here you have a number of characters, and all those characters are enclosed by double quotes. Okay, so string is a collection of characters. You can store string inside a variable, and when you are storing a string inside a variable, whatever string you are storing, that should be enclosed, surrounded by double quotes. Okay, you see a few points I have given about the string. String is a one dimensional array of characters. One dimensional. Okay, it's a collection of characters of same data type. So if it is a collection of characters of same data type, then it is nothing but the character array, and that character array is also one dimensional array. One dimensional array of character is called as string. Now, whatever string is there, that should be enclosed within double quotes. So whatever string is there, no, that should be enclosed in a double quotes. Next, the third point is, see, whenever you give the string, whenever you declare the string, always the last character of the string should be null. And if you want to mention the last character of the string as a null, this compiler automatically gives the last character as a null for the string. So these are the three important points. What is a string actually? String is a character array, or you can say that one dimensional character array is called as a string, and whatever string you are storing, that should be enclosed in a double quotes. And next, always in C or C++ also, string should end with the null character, and if you want to mention null character, automatically the compiler will give a null character. Okay, now in C++, see, whenever you are storing anything, it is called as a variable, no? Similarly, whenever you are declaring a string variable, there are two methods. In two methods you can declare a string. First one as an array of characters, and the second one using the predefined data type string. Actually, the string data type was not available in C, but here in C++ we have a string data type. Okay, like a int, floor, char you have, no? Similarly, you have a string data type in C++. Now, we'll discuss about the first method as an array of characters. Array of character is called as a string. Okay, so this is the first method, and the second one is a using a string data type. The first one is using a character array, and the second one by using a string data type. Now, the first First method you see as an array of characters. Strings are declared in the same way as arrays in C++ because it is a character array but restricted to the character data type. So if you want to create a strings in C++, you can create character array as a string. Okay, so you can't use the int float like that. If you want to create a string, then it is nothing but the character array. Okay, it is important to declare the string before using it. So if you want to use any string in C++, it is a condition that you have to declare that string first. Next you can use that. Okay, now when you declare a string before using it, the compiler will reserve a specific block of memory for that string. Okay, at the end of the string we append the null character. Okay, so here first method is character array is called as a string. So this is the first method. So here whenever you are creating a character array, you should give the size, how much string you want. Example, if you want to create a hello is a 5 characters, no? So you should create a character array with the size 5 so that you can store 5 characters. Okay, it is a condition that before using it you should declare that. Okay, see the syntax. So character array, continuous blocks of memory will be allocated to a string. Now if you are using a character array method, here you can see char string name. Char means what here actually? It is a data type. Okay, it is a data type. String name is a name of the string. Like you will give a variable name. No? Similarly, your string name is the name of the variable which is storing characters. Okay, it is an array name actually it is. Okay, and 30. 30 is the size of the array, character array. Means you can store 30 characters in an array. Okay, what is the name of the array? String name. So in the below you see the example. What is the data type here? Char. What is the name of the array? Greeting. Okay, and here I have given a size 5. So I have given a string as a 5. So automatically it gives the data type, it gives the size as a 5. Okay, so here greeting is the name of the array, or you can say that it is a string because it is a collection of characters. Okay, now here you can see the memory representation of character array. Okay, hello is a string, no? HELLO. So it is a character array. Array index start from a 0. So H index is a 0, E index is a 1, L index is a 2, L index is a 3, like that. Okay, and at the after that below to the string I have given a memory representation. Once you see the representation of character array in the memory, now here actual value is HELLO. It is a first method. Here we are creating a string as a collection of characters. So collection of characters means it is a character array. Okay, I have created an array. In that array, how many values you are storing? 5 values. 5 values are of characters only. HELLO. And first character size is 0. Second character size is a 1, like that. Okay. Now at the end, by default, automatically the compiler will end the string with the null character. Okay, right? You see the memory representation once. Now example program, string example program here. Ash include is a stream. Okay, we are getting different functions from the IO stream. Next we are using namespace std. When you are using a namespace std, whatever classes are available in that library file, in that module, that will be included in your program. So in the present program we are using number of classes from this module only. Now int main, it's a main function. Your program execution start from this main function only. Now as I already said, we are declaring a string here. Okay, string is a collection of characters. Collection of characters means it is a character array. Char Greeting. Greeting is a name of the array, or you can say that it is a string. Okay. And what is the size of the string here? 6. Why 6? Actually, we have only 5 characters, no? HELLO. But extra, your string is ending with the null character. So null is taking one character, no? So that is why here I am giving a size as a 6. 5 for a characters and 6 for a null character. Okay. So here we are declaring string as a collection of characters, character array. Now message message output we are printing cout greeting message. Next, cout greeting. Here what is the greeting here? Array. So hello is printed on the output screen. Okay, you take screenshot of this. Now string functions. See, actually, what are the string functions? Why we use the string functions? So just now I have explained one method how to declare a string in C++. After declaring, after initializing, if you want to modify the string, or if you want to extend the string, or if you want to resize the string, or if you want to decrease the size of the string, then it is possible by using a string manipulation functions. That is possible by using a string functions only. Okay, so here we have a few important string functions which helps the user to manipulate, to change the size of the string. Okay, you can modify the string by using a string manipulation functions or string functions. The first one is a compare. Compare, in the name itself, you have a definition. Okay, so what is a compare function here? We are comparing. What we are comparing? We are comparing one string with another string. So depends on the result. Something is printed on the screen. What result? Whether it is equal, not equal, it is a less than, it's a greater than. Based on the result, you can execute or you can print output on the screen. Okay. See here definition. You see, this function compares the value of the string object to the sequence of characters specified by its parameter. Okay. So suppose str1 and str2 are two strings. So here how many strings we have? Two strings. String 1, string 2. And I want to compare whether these two strings are equal or not. Then how will you compare? Okay, you see here, int k equals to str1 compare str2. Okay, here k is a integer value. Okay, what is the k? K is a integer value. It stores the result. But what result it will store? You see, str1 dot compare str2. So here we are comparing str2 with the str1. str2 is also string, str1 is also string. We are comparing str2 with the str1. Now, so I said k is an integer which stores the result. If k equals to 0, k equals to 0, what it means? 0 means str1 is equals to str2. Okay, if both strings are equal, example you are comparing hello 1 with a hello 1 only. So there what result you will get? Both are equals, no? So when both strings are equals, then you will get k equals to 0. When the k equals to 0, what it means? Both strings are equal. Okay, if k contains value 0, it means both strings are equal. Okay, what it means? K equals to 0 means what? Strings, whatever strings you are comparing, no, that the two strings are equal. Now k not equals to 0. When you will get a k not equals to 0? If both the strings are unequal. Hello world you are comparing, example, both are not equal. So in that case, what message you will get? K not equals to 0. Now k greater than 0. If k contains value more than 0, either the value of the first character is greater than the compared string or compared characters. Means the first character of one string is greater than first character of another string. Then you will get k greater than 0. Okay. Now k less than same. If k value is less than 0, either the value of the first character is lower in the compared string. So here lower means the value of the first character is less than the value of the first character of the another string. Okay, number of possibilities are there. Okay, so here whatever result you are getting, that result we are storing in a variable. Right, you see the example program here. See, as usual, we are including a stream, IO stream, next name spacing, next main function. Here you see how many strings have declared? 2 strings. str1 equals to hello, str2 equals to Java point. And here I am taking one more variable k. K is an integer, so it stores some numeric value. K equals to 0, str1 dot compare str2. str2 is a Java point, str1 equals to hello. So hello we are Java point we are comparing with hello. Excuse me. So here both are not equal. Okay, so that is why what message you will get? Both the strings are unequal message you will get, because here both the strings are not equal. No, when the strings are equal, then only you will get both the strings equal message. If the strings are not equal, then you will get a message both are unequal. Okay, understood? Now here whatever we are comparing one string with another string, whatever result you are getting, that result we are storing in a variable, and it depends on the that variable result we are printing a message. Okay, that's a compare. Now the second function is the length. So here what is the length function? Length function, actually length means what? Length is nothing but number of characters available in that string. Example, you are printing a hello, HELL. How many characters are there in that string? 5 characters are there. So if 5 characters are there, then the length of that string is 5 characters. 5. Okay. So you see the definition. This function is used to find the length of the string in terms of bytes. Okay, one character equals to 1 byte. If in the example, in a given string, what string I have given hello, how many characters are there? 5. So 5 bytes of memory that string is occupying. That is nothing but the size of that string. Okay, you see the syntax. So if you, here it may be a 5 characters, 6 characters, whatever, it is a numeric value, no? So if you want to store that numeric value, we need a numeric variable. So here I am declaring one variable, int length equals to s1 dot length. Excuse me, s1 dot length. Length is a function. Okay, and what is the use of that function? That function is used to find the length of the string, and whatever length is there, no, that length is stored in a variable. Okay, so that variable should be a numeric. Okay, numeric integer, it may be int or int, it should be int. Okay, now see the example program. Once you see, then I'll explain the program. As usual, IO stream, next namespace std. Okay, namespace, we are using a namespace. What is the name of the library here? We are using module std. Now main function, your program execution start from a main function only. Now here I have declared a one string. See, here I have declared a string in the second method. First method is a character array, already I have explained. What was the second method? we declared a string by using a string data type. So here this string is a data type. S1 is a name of the variable which is holding a string. What is the name of the string here? What is the string here? Welcome to Java point. Example, welcome to Java point is a string. Where we are storing that? In S1 we are storing. And what is the type of S1? String. This is a second method. Okay, like a int to float we used, no? Similarly, in C++, you can use a string data type. This is the second method, string data type. And what is the name of the variable here? S1 equals to, what is the name of this? What is the string here? Welcome to Java point. Okay. So you count how many characters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Some 21 characters are there. Okay. You can count even white spaces is also considered as a character. Okay. Welcome total 7. And Java 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. Okay, so total how many characters are there in that string? 21. So that is nothing but the length of the string. Only here one point you need to remember. String data type we are using. Here we are not using a character array. Excuse me. Character array. Now I am using one variable int len length equals to s1 dot length. Here what is s1? Welcome to Java point. Okay. Now length is a function which is used to find the length of the string. So using a length function we are finding length of the string s1 and that we are storing in a len. Okay, len is a variable here. Next I am printing that. Okay, see out length of the string is len. See, don't worry, this theory part, practical part again I will explain. Time being you try to understand what I am explaining. Okay, so here s1 is a string. We are finding the length of that string by using a length function, and whatever length is there, no, that we are storing in a len. Next we are printing that. That's it. Now output is 21. Okay. Now the next function is swapping. Swapping means it's interchanging, right? Example, if you have swapped a equals to b, b equals to a. What happened? Whatever value is there in b, that is stored in a. Whatever value is there in a, that is stored in a b. That is called as a swapping. So here also you can swap the string. In C++ also you can swap the string. Okay. So if you want to swap the string, we need a minimum 2 strings. No? So in order to swap 2 strings, minimum 2 strings, here we are using a swap function. Okay. So what is the use of that function? This function is used to interchange the values of the string. Okay. See, syntax also I have given s1 dot swap s2. So whatever is there in s2, that will be stored in a s1. Right. Example program, namespace st, and it is a main function. Okay. What is the use of the main function? From the main function only your program execution will be start. Now here string. I am using a string data type. This is the second method. Here we are not using a character array. Directly I am using a string data type. String. What is the name of the variable? R. R equals to 10. Okay. R equals to 10. R is a variable. And what is the value of that R? 10. The second is M. The second variable is the M. And equals to 20. Now here how many strings we have? R, M. R value is 10. M value is 20. Don't think that it is a numeric value. Okay. It is a string only. Why? Because it is enclosed in a double quotes. So if it is enclosed in double quotes, whatever it may be, if it is enclosed in a double quotes, that is considered as a string. Remember that point? If it is enclosed, if anything is enclosed in a double quotes, that is considered as a string. So here 10 and 20 are enclosed in a double quotes. So if 10 and 20 both are enclosed in a double quotes, so that is why these are called as strings. Okay. Now what is the name of the first string? R, and the second string name is M. So first, before swapping, I am printing R and M. Two output statements I have given. First output statement C out for R, second output statement for a M. Okay, now 10, 20 is printed on the output screen. Now R dot swap M. Swapping values are interchanging. Now after swapping, now I am printing R and M. So R value will be 20, M value will be 10. Why? How? Because here I have used the swap function. When you swap the function, whatever strings values are there, no, that will be interchanged. That is the main use of the swapping function. You can see here output also I have given. Okay, basic value of R was 10 and M value was 20. After swapping, R value is 20, M value is 10. Now, the next function is a resize. Resize means whatever string you have declared, no, that was the original size. Like in the previous example, welcome to Java point I have given, no, there the size of the string was 21. That was the original size. So resize means you want to change the original size of the string. That is called as a resize. And in C++, resize of the string is possible by using a resize function. See the definition? This function is used to resize the string to the length of k characters. Means how much length you want to increase, that also you can mention, and that will mention by using a parameter k. Okay. Now here you see syntax. What is the name of the string? str. To resize the string object, the syntax would be string was str. Here I am resizing the str. Okay, str dot resize. Resize is a function. Using that function, you can change the default size of the string. Okay, and here I am using a two parameters k comma c. And what are these two parameters? You can see k is the number of characters specified in the first parameter. It resizes string such that string contains k characters. See, in the previous example, the length of the string was 21 characters. Now I am resizing that. I am giving a size as a 25 characters. Okay, so your k value will be here. Your k value will be str dot resize. K value will be 25 characters. Means it is nothing but the new length of the string. Okay. Now, now, if k is means k is nothing but the new length. If k is shorter than the length of the string, then the string length shortened to the length specified by k. See, previously it was a 21. Now I have given a 20 example. So whatever new length you have given, no, that is less compared to the original string. So whatever size you have given at present, the string is fit to that many characters only. Now it is a more. If k is larger than the length of the string, then string length is extended to the new length. So whatever previous value it may be, the string will be changed to the string length will be changed to according to the new size. Now c is the new character to be added in a new space. If k is larger than the length of the string, this is an optional parameter. So this is optional. If you want to, you can include. Okay. See here the simple example program. str is a string, and in that string what I am storing? Java point. Okay, now I am printing that str. Next I am changing that str dot resize. I am changing the size of the string, and size of the string I am changing it to 19 characters, and the tutorial is optional value. Okay, now see out after resizing the string value is str. You can see the output string value is a Java point. And after resizing string value is a Java point tutorial. Okay, so here Java point is the previous, and I am changing Java point is how many characters only? It is 9 characters. So I am changing the size as a 19, and After changing the new, after giving the new size, I'm adding a one more string, that is a tutorial, that is added at the end of the Java point. Okay, so your C is nothing but the whatever extra whatever characters you want to add at the end of the previous string. Now the next one is a concatenation, str cat is nothing but here string concatenation. It's nothing but the joining of the string. So using this function, one string is added at the end of the another string. Okay. The example you see, here character I am using. Character array you can use, or directly string also you can use, no problem. So two strings have created here, dest one string and src is one string. Okay, two strings. Now in the third line you see strcat, it's a cat string concatenation. We are adding this two string dest src. So str is added at the end of the dest. That's it. Now string char s1.ch. So actually this function is used to find the position of the given character, first occurrences of a given character. Right, here see the example program. What is the string here? Good morning. And what character I want to find out? A. Now what function we are using? String character string. String 1 is a string good morning. In that what we are searching? A. If it is there, then you will get that whatever character you have given, that is present in the string. Otherwise the character is not present in the string. So A is not present, so you will get a message is not present in the string. Where whatever character you have given, that character is searched in the given string. If it is there, you will get a character is present. Otherwise you will get character is not present. Okay. Now this is output. This is about strings, and more functions you can include, like a to lowercase, to uppercase, to replace, to reverse. Number of functions are available, but these are the basic functions I am explaining. Okay, and this function practical part also I will explain in the next video. Thank you.